Hey everyone, welcome to the Shoot Par Now Golf Show Holiday Edition. I'm Arlen Bento Jr. with my main man, James Stammer.
What's up, brother?
And Merry Christmas to everybody out there watching. I'm so excited for Christmas.
I can tell.
Hey, it's my Christmas glasses. My wife gave it to me. She said, put these on. They're going to look cool out there. So
They
I'll
look
wear them
awesome.
for a little while.
They look awesome.
So I'm really excited about our show this week. It's our 40th episode. Can you believe it's gone that quickly? It's amazing, isn't
Wow.
it? Yep. And before we get started, I want to thank Divot Board. They've been our primary sponsor pretty much since we started. If you're looking for a great gift, there's a link in the description, and you can get a discount if you use my code Coach Bento, Divotboard / Coach Bento. But it'll tell you, like, if you're hitting the ball solid, you'll get this look. You want to see this ball divot. If you're practicing all winter and you don't have something that's telling you if you're making a good swing, not a good thing.
You could be ingraining a really bad habit.
Man, if you look at this is getting a little beat, but you see how many people hit back here? Jimmy, look, everybody hits back here. They don't know how to shift and get forward contact, and this will teach it to them. So great product. So check out the description.
Sweet.
Before we get into our show, got a little Merry Christmas Santa.
Ho ho.
Take my little glasses off.
Oh, you look so
Bam! So I wanted to tell those of you that are going to watch this video, right? We're gonna be changing the format a little bit. We are still going to talk about the tour and things that are happening in golf, but a lot of people want to know more about why the show is called Shoot Par Now. And the reason is because there's a system that I created called Shoot Par Now that we use every day, indoors, outdoors, online, that can show you how to shoot par. So
everybody wants to.
Well, let's make this super clear. Par is hard, right? Like everything else in life, if you
Contrary to what the USGA thinks. It's
super hard. Right? It's like 1%, or I mean, it's really small. But par and everything else, you say like, oh, that was like on par. That means it was just kind of okay, average.
Yeah.
In golf, par is like exceptional. Like,
yeah.
I tell people all the time, there's like, our golf course is really busy where my academy's at, and I tell people there won't be anybody today shooting par.
Yeah.
Very, very, I mean, that's a pretty...
And you think about how many people are out on the
hundreds
golf course
of golfers
at one time.
every day, right?
Oh,
So then when you say shoot par now, everybody kind of made fun of it, like, well, what are you talking about? If it's so hard, why do you call your program that? And I think we were chatting before the show. Jimmy knows the name, obviously. He knows that I coach. We've known each other all this time, 30 years, whatever it's been. But I don't think you really understand the intricacy of the program, right? We were talking about.
No, I do not.
Yeah. So I'm going to lay it out in this episode. So we're going to open with Shoot Par Now, okay? So I want to explain it. And I want, if you have a question about it, just feel free to ask. And then we are going to have some really good information about the PNC, which we thought was really cool. And then, of course, we're going to have our lesson tip at the end where I'm going to give you the three base things, the three moves that Shoot Par Now, the beginning of the swing is based on. I'm going to show. I don't think I've even showed you the three core drills.
Okay. You've been holding out on me.
A little bit. So we're going to put that in. It's a good episode for us, right? We want you to watch it. Okay, so Shoot Par Now. If you score 4 on every hole for 9 holes.
Okay. 4 times 9 is 36.
Par, right? Most golf courses in the world, that's par. Yeah. Okay. So when we take a new player, and again, this kind of started a lot with the junior development, and I've kind of adapted it over the years to all my players. So new person comes in to learn to play, beginner, has no knowledge of the game, but wants to play. Okay. So we coach putting, we coach chipping, we show them these 2 moves I'm going to show you, or 3 things I'm going to show you, and they want to make contact with a 7-iron off a tee. That's their first goal. That's what they get taught how to do.
Well, that's where your scoring is.
It develops the swing, it develops the bottom,
chipping,
putt, chip, and make a swing, right? And then the first time they play, instead of putting them on the tee box, I'm having them suffer and make 9s and 10s and 12s and feel like they're the worst person in the planet.
And lose 3 or 4 balls.
Or more, right?
That usually kills them the fastest.
It does. And then you miss the ball, and then you get anxious and you get nervous, and it's just this crumble thing, right? I hate that. So we start them off from 25 yards.
Okay.
And we play golf. They can use a wedge or a 7. They just hit a little chip runner on the green. And they're just trying to 3-putt the green. Now, those of you watching are good players. You think this sounds crazy. It works really well. So they play golf, and the first time they play, they're going to make a bunch of pars. Now remember, they're coached through this already in class, right? We've already played practice hole. We've already done it on a practice green. They understand. But now you're actually feeling the golf course. To them, it's this incredible experience.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel terrible. They hit some good shot. Other classmates clap for them, cheer for them. Everybody's having fun. Okay. So that's level 1.
And the other thing while you're on that is because it's 25 yards, that's 75 feet.
Right. It's not daunting.
Most people can do that in their backyard if they want to practice a little bit.
They can.
I want to get that pitch shot that I'm going to be doing tomorrow with Coach Bento on the course.
Yep.
I want to get a feel for that and get that down.
And we call that a P1 swing, which I'm going to show you at the end of today's thing. So that first swing is learned. And then we start to work our way. So the next level is 50 yards.
Okay.
The next level is 100 yards. Now, 100 yards, it starts to turn into golf.
Yeah.
Because we usually have new players just kind of make a small swing, kind of run a 7-iron. We don't want to fly on the green yet because they don't have that kind of speed normally. We just let them roll up to the front, just like we were practicing. They chip on, and now they got a 2-putt.
Yeah.
So we start playing holes. And we want to work into level 5 in the system, which is 200 yards.
Okay.
Now, if you shoot par from 200 yards, you're a good golfer because you have to hit full swing and a second shot and chip and putt. And if you go in a bunker, you kind of got to get out. Yeah. And so we consider shooting par 36 for 9 holes from 200 yards the end of our program.
That's pretty hard and that's not easy to do.
It's a lot harder than people think. Now, there's a lot of people watching, especially young guys, I can do that all the time. It's really tough until you have to do it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the cool part. If you can navigate a golf course and have pars from 200 yards, you're actually pretty close to a bogey or better player once you get back to the tee box. Because the only thing I can control is each individual's raw ability to create speed.
Yeah.
You know, if you're young, flexible, strong, you swing faster. If you're older and you pick up the game later, your body doesn't move as fast, but you can still make a great swing and hit the ball solid and enjoy golf for what it is.
Hit it straight, keep it in play, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what we coach, and that's why it's been so successful. I mean, there's been thousands of players now that have gone through it, and there's an app that we use that we can track it. And so when you work on your game, it's not your typical take a lesson from the pro and try to remember 1 or 2 things. It's all broken down for everybody. So anyway, go to shootparnow.com. It's all right there. You can read all about it.
Now, does doing this in these stages, obviously it's starting at 25 yards, it's a lot easier than at 100 yards.
Right.
Does the fact that they gain a lot of confidence in that, how much does that impact them as they go through the different stages?
Tons. Because when you take on an activity that's hard, golf is really hard, and you have early success, you're more likely to practice and keep trying it.
Okay.
When you don't have any success, it's like, why am I doing this? I can go do something else.
Yeah.
Right? So the whole idea was, and it's fun. And I'll tell you stories. I mean, it's not, there are players that came to me as beginners, and these are years ago already, and for the longest time, they actually didn't move on the golf course till they were able to shoot par from the numbers I gave them. So I know one lady in general that actually became one of my better players. She stayed at the game. So she would pay her fee to play golf like everybody else, but she only played from 200 till she broke it.
Oh, wow.
Because in her head, she's like, well, why should I go back and play the tee box if I can't even do it here?
Yeah.
And again, she was able to get to it or very close. And by the time she went to the tee box, it was just, she hit her driver, she was fine. And she hit some sort of fairway club by the green and she chipped it on and she 2-putted. So her score, she can break 100 right away. And that's the biggest goal for most recreational players. Like, and they spend too much time hitting driver, spend too much time.
It likes the big stick, man.
Well, it's fun.
It's
fun.
It's cool.
But as you become a better player, you're going to actually realize that controlling the ball and not 3-putting and chipping close is what brings your score down, like a lot. And we see this all the time in, the players I coach that are bogey players that want to get better, or even we're going to talk about right now the PNC and watching, tour players play with their kids.
Yeah.
It's all strategy at the
kids
end.
or their fathers. Gary Woodland had his dad out there who's he's in his mid-70s.
Yeah, getting around, right?
Yeah, rolling around and,
So anyway, that's
a couple of nice pots.
That's the whole overview of Shoot Par Now. So we're gonna kind of dive into Shoot Par Now to open our show a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna break down the modules. We're gonna talk a little bit of how it's broken down. Gonna try to help you with your game in the beginning, explain it, and then we're gonna do our little talk about the tour, talk about color stuff, whatever we see going on, and try to like wrap it back in. Okay.
Sweet.
So this week up in Vero Beach, right?
No, Orlando.
Orlando. It went a little north. They used to be
at the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh, they went up. So the PNC Championship is the father-son, father-daughter, or it's not even considered that anymore. It's just like it's parent-child.
Yeah,
or close relative.
And either one could be.
Yeah.
Could be the either one could be the pro.
Yeah, because you could have a younger pro with an older person's older dad or something.
Well, like Gary Woodland, he played with his father, and Bernhard Langer played with his son.
Yeah.
In fact, he played with his youngest son the last 2 years, and before he had played with his older son.
Yeah.
And now it's his younger son's turn to get in. And play.
So he's changing the kids as they get older, ready to play. It's a really nice format, and they take a lot of pride in it because when you win with your child, right? It's a real prideful thing to watch your kids getting good, right? Yeah. But there's great. Everybody's in there. I'm talking everybody. The Nicklases have all played it. Trevinos have played it. Everybody. Arlen, his grandson Sam. Yeah. It's been around a long time, right? So anyway, you said that our friend Matt Kuchar won.
Yes, Matt Kuchar and his son won. It's a pretty neat format. It's a 2-man scramble or 2-person scramble, if you will.
2V. Yeah,
you want to talk about shooting par. You don't want to shoot par in this event.
No, they made a lot of birdies.
Team Kuchar, 33 under par for 2 days.
That's a lot of birdies.
That's a lot of birdies, some eagles, some other stuff thrown in. Team Love, Davis Love and his son shot. They finished 7 shots back.
Oh wow, the Kuchars destroyed them.
Oh, they were just on.
They were on. Wow, and that's got to be a record score.
The hole looks like a bucket.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it was or not, but it's got to be close.
Tiger couldn't play with Charlie; he's still hurt.
Tiger's still recovering.
Right.
Team Daly, John Daly and his son, John,
which is a very interesting pairing.
Which is an interesting pairing because you have the yin and yang. You have there's always something to balance everything out.
Yep.
As long as John Daly's swing his son's is about
half the
equal amount short.
Yeah. He's a little short and quick.
Almost. He doesn't even get the parallel.
He's kind of John Ramesh.
And and
he can play.
And
John Jr. can play.
Yeah, he can play.
He's really good. But no, you said that pairing was fun because they had.
Well, Carson Daly
from
The Voice,
the personality,
He and his son were playing alongside John and John II in the first round. So you had
Daly.
You had Daly. Sounded like a law firm,
right? Who's up on the first tee? Well, it's going to be one of Daly's up. Which is Daly? That was pretty cute. Yeah. And Carson Daly's not a pro. Is his son like some sort of professional player?
I don't know, but
they just kind of qualified because
his son's pretty young. I mean, he might be going to college soon.
I don't know. Carson Daly was a good golfer.
Carson Daly was a pretty good golfer. Two of them played pretty well. They looked good out there.
That's awesome.
And had a good time.
Yeah. There's a lot of famous people in that arena, right? And you mentioned too, which is really cool about the game of golf, right? So when you watch this kind of event and you see players from many different generations, right?
Oh yeah.
And you see all these different looking swings, like you said, John Daly is his own deal.
Yeah.
And you go from him to like Freddie Couples was out there, right?
Oh yeah, Freddie's like Mr. Cool. He's Joe Cool if there was.
He's the coolest guy.
He's so smooth. I don't think his swing has ever changed.
No.
It's got the same tempo, it's like butter.
Did you watch his son play? Does the son have his kind of tempo?
Yeah.
Has it got that pace to it?
Yeah, he's learned
like
that.
silky.
He's learned that
because he's watched it.
Silky swing, yeah.
So you got Daly, now you got Mr. Silk, and then you got Mr. Octopus.
Yeah, Octopus falling out of it Jim Furyk.
Who said that again? Fuzzy Zeller?
No, that was
David Faraday.
David Faraday, yeah.
It looks like an octopus. So Jim Furyk really like picks it up and loops it.
He loops it around, but he gets it from about here
to the ball.
He's right there with everybody else.
We said earlier, right? If you took every swing that we talked about, Daly swing, Freddie swing, Furyk's.
Yeah, Nick Price, who swings
so fast.
Yeah. You miss the backswing if you blink.
Yeah.
He's so quick getting back on the ball. But if you look at them all at impact,
they're same.
They're all pretty much the same. And the Lee Trevino too.
Same. You kind of, well, because even if you like listen to the stuff that we talk about coaching wise, impact is almost always the same because the club can only be in a certain place to hit the ball solid. You know? And I'll tell you a little bit about Nick Price because I did get to know Nick very well because we did a project together, did a pain project together, and I got to spend a lot of time around him. And this is when he was recovering from some of the injuries in his forearm and stuff. And people forget he was like the #1 player in the world.
Oh yeah,
like a couple years in a row, right? He's really good. And I got to talk to him and got a lot of great stories from him. But the pain was helping him. The pain reliever was helping him with his elbow at the time. And I'm so glad to hear that he's playing because he really doesn't play that much golf.
No, he doesn't play that much.
Yeah, I even have some stuff like some of those bags back there, and there's some club heads over here. His caddy and he gave to me. They've been in here for a decade already, probably. And I always laugh when I look at them because I never did anything with them. But there's some ram heads and some Goldwyn. Remember Goldwyn? He played those Goldwyn, those lightweight things. Anyway. But I'm so glad, Nick, if you ever see this video, so glad you're playing again. I'm glad to see you out there with one of your kids or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Good for him. But it was a good event. You enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed watching. I mean, my father was 42 when I was born, so he was up
older.
There. Yeah. And, he followed, Nicklaus and Palmer. And so I became, a big fan of a lot of those guys. And, to see Lee Trevino playing still, and Gary Player was there. So, Gary Player's everywhere.
Yeah, he's trying to hang on, boy. He's got to be close to 85 now.
But, just the fact that they're walking around out there and enjoying the game is like, that's why I love golf.
Yep, you got to love golf.
You can play it virtually forever.
You can. As long as you can move and keep your body limber and don't try to overswing, let the club do the work.
Yeah.
Golf's a great game. So that was really good. And it's always a nice holiday tradition, kind of like a family thing. After all the stuff, the tour school and the FedEx and all the pressure, it's like, right?
Yeah.
Christmas. And then, I hope everyone's going to have a great Christmas. And I know some people struggle with Christmas, the families or emotions, whatever. And if you struggle, please, get some help if you need it. Like, don't feel depressed. There's probably somewhere you could go, that can help you feel better, But I just love Christmas. I just think it's special. And I just love everything about it. And I'm so excited about Christmas and the family. I've got a nice family and everything. And then I really like New Year's. I think it's like that back-to-back combination of Christmas and New Year's. Holiday season is just awesome. So I hope you have some good plans and things to do.
Yeah. We're seeing our daughters. Yeah. This
that's all what's it about.
Coming week or the end of this week and all. Yeah. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah. So we've been having a lot of fun with that. So is there anything else you wanted to bring up to people watching or anything?
That's about it.
Yeah.
Just
holiday season.
Be good. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I hope those of you who celebrate Hanukkah had a very good Hanukkah. I know that sundown tonight was the end of Hanukkah.
That's true.
So I hope your week of Hanukkah was.
Well, we're still going to have a show before our New Year, so we'll have a New Year's edition. I'll probably bring out something else for that one.
We need some of those little
like
confetti things or whatever.
Maybe we'll come up with something. Light a firecracker in here. Shake the world up.
Maybe we'll drop our own glow ball or something.
We might. And if you are looking for last minute gifts like you didn't figure out yet, you can still go to one of my websites. Go to Shreveport now and click. There's a button over there that gets you to. We're selling our lesson packages, member pricing, and a bonus lesson if you buy 5. So it's a really good deal, and that'll probably disappear here in the next day or so.
And that's just that's like an electronic gift certificate you send.
Yeah, you just buy it online and it comes in and then
print it out.
Yeah, well, actually, no. Well, you can print out the one that comes in the receipt is printable, but a lot of times we'll do a custom and put the person's name and kind of make it a little. They print it out, put it in an envelope or something. So
very sweet.
Yeah, so that does really well. But anyway, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our lesson tip. I'm going to actually teach today the 2 core drills that are part of the system, and I'm going to give you the follow-through drill, which we call the whoosh drill. So it's 3 drills. I'm going to teach you how to do
nervous.
I think, he's been doing great. He's going to do fine. So thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys really soon. Hey everyone, I'm Coach Arlen, Bento Jr. This is James Stammer. Welcome to the Shoot Par Now golf tip. We're going to help with your game. What we're going to do now is going to teach the 3 core moves that we teach every player that starts in the Shoot Power Now learning system, okay? So some of the stuff I've never really gone over with you.
Correct.
So this is going to be new. Okay, so let's get into your setup position. We're going to learn what I call the whoosh drill, which is just a follow-through drill. So what I want Jimmy, the whoosh drill. So Jimmy's going to keep his head and body right here, and he's just going to turn his lower body. His belly's going to turn towards the target. Beautiful. So that's the position that all good players get into, right? We talked about impact, right? So we want to get the hip there. That's the first feel. That's separation. Now we want to swing the club slowly to the target. Body's going to stay in tilt right there. There's a lot of pressure. You feel it? Mm-hmm. That's upper rotation. And then his wrist and arms are just going to fold. His weight should be on his front foot, right? And he should be in balance.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's start over again. So feet close, widen equally. His weight should be pretty equal here. With an iron, it tends to be a little on the left side, maybe like 55. As he goes into separation, turns his belly. There should be 70% on his lead foot. As he goes into extension and rotation, it's getting more to his left. At the finish, it's 95% on the left side. You feel like there's a ton of weight on your lead?
Oh, yeah.
That's really important. Now, a lot of you watching this, you're not going to be able to do this right away. People are they're going to wobble, they're going to stumble because they don't know how to shift and turn to the finish.
And that's where these pros get all their distance from.
There's an amazing amount of snap at the bottom of the swing when the club is accelerating through impact. And without that, it doesn't happen. And without that, the club can't stay square at the bottom because you're swinging on a circular pattern, right? Mm-hmm. So when you shift turn, your center of gravity has actually shifted forward. So it allows the club to be relatively square through impact. If you don't have good hip motion or leg work, you're always going to get stuck, hit fat shots, and a lot of crazy stuff, okay? So that's the first drill. We call it the whoosh, okay? So set up here. This is going to be P1, position 1, okay? So James is going to turn. He's going to swing the club to about halfway back. And I'm going to put a little tension. So we call this P1. Club head is slightly in front of his hands, parallel to his feet. Now, what I want him to do here, there should be like 70% on his right side, inside of his right leg. He's going to shift to his left, reverse it, going to start turning his belly to the tension. There's a lot of tension here, right? And as I let it go, he's going to swing to the finish. Boom, all the way over and hold. Yeah, let's do it again. This is P1. This is going to be like a half shot. You're not using your wrist. You're not trying to kill it. You're just letting the club meet the ball. You're going to turn. There's a little tension. Shift, turn. Good. That was excellent. So in our program, we want our players to master P1.
Okay.
And every time you warm up, anytime you're going to go play, always do this first because it's going to teach you how to shift turn and find the bottom of your swing. And you don't want to have any movement with your hands when you're doing this because then the ball is going to go crooked. You want to it's like a big chip shot. I'm talking 7-iron, 50 to 70 yards max. Low runner, but square. You really got to get good right here. These are the core drills. These two drills are super powerful. Okay, P2. So position 2 here. That was position 1, P1. So go to P1. And then you're going to hinge. This is going to flex to P2. More that way. Feel that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Grips pointing to the ball. Hinge. He's going to shift turn. He's going to unhinge. And he's going to hinge again. Yes. Now. Yeah. Well, you might not be used to shifting that much.
Yeah.
Now, when you do this position 2 drill, the wrists are actually setting the club, right? So as you watch it, the back of the grip's going to point the ball. That's perfect, probably a little much, right about here. Uh-huh. And then he's going to come down, he's going to square the club up. Keep coming, impact. Look at his hips, great. And then he's going to go extend, and then he's going to hinge it again. Try to get that grip, if you can see that, to the ball.
Back of the ball.
Yeah. So this is like a 3/4. It's not quite, it's a little bit punch like in the compact, it's a compact compressed bottom. And I want you to hit a draw here. Like if you're watching this, when you're doing P2, you got to learn to turn the ball over from right to left if you're a righty. You want the ball to start a little right and turn to left. If you're a lefty, it's going to be the opposite, right? You have to learn to hit baby draw. And you have to master that. So for me, master is, if I give you 10 tries, I'd like to see 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10 with the shape. Okay. And when you first start, you're going to get 3 or 4. And you just keep practicing until it gets better and better. And then once you start to get that timing, you'll start to control your low point. You'll start to learn how to shift and turn. you'll start to learn how to use your wrist properly. So that's kind of like the core. Now, let me grab the club here because I want to talk a little bit about this hinging thing, right? Because a lot of people are confused about the hinge. What I see a lot when we talk about hinge is I see this rolling thing, and you had a little bit of this.
Yeah, the first one I definitely did.
Yeah. So what happens as he's going back, he's actually rotating the club, so it's moving like this. And we want to try to limit that if we can. There is a rolling movement in the arms as the club gets to the top of the swing, which does open the club a little bit, about 19 or 20 degrees, something like that. But if you start it with a roll and then your arms do what they do, you're going to open the club 40 degrees.
Way too open.
Right. And if the club's that open, it's really hard to time that. So I don't want my players to feel like they have to roll their hands to hit the ball. I was taught to play that way. You were probably taught to play that way. I think golf was taught like that. There's a better way to do it. And here's the better way. The wrists hinge, okay? So I want you to watch this. Look, watch my club. It's straight, right?
Yes.
It's still straight. It's still straight. I didn't roll it. So if you look, if I just do it to the camera, watch. The face still stays square. So I think that's what a hinge looks like.
Yeah, it's hinging, not rolling. Yeah.
People get confused because they think it looks like a scoop. It's not going to look like that in motion because the arms and body are moving while that sensation is happening. So there's a drill that we have that goes between 1 and 2 where we just teach people how to use their wrist properly. And if you do it correctly, you'll hit a relatively straight shot without any action. We ask people not to use their arms or body, just kind of hinge the club this way and then snap and hinge it that way. So it just kind of looks like this shot. See how nice and straight that was? So I know that even though I had a lot of hinging, that I didn't have a lot of club face rotation. So within this concept that we're trying to share, you have to work on your follow through to get balance. You have to learn how to shift and move your lower body to get to the impact without your hands. And then you have to learn to use your hands to time it with the way your body moves so that you can hit a little draw. If you get these things, you're going to have a really good golf swing. And then it just becomes working through the set. Because as the clubs get longer, the ball positions move, the spacing changes. And I got this little thing on the ground. We try to explain with people like kind of where your feet go. You know, if I'm hitting a driver, you know, my stance is here, right?
Yeah.
So the ball's way up here. If I'm hitting a sandwich and my foot is here, my stance is here, ball position's in the middle. You see what I'm getting at? So you're going to get the wider and you're going to get the ball more forward when the clubs get longer. And the timing on the bottom is a little different, like how the hips move. It's a little quicker with the lower, in my opinion, when the clubs get longer. But if you could just master that do that follow through drill, just to warm up, hit that P1 so you get these nice low 50, 60, 70 yard runners.
With a little soft baby draw.
No, the second one.
Oh, the second.
The first one, we're looking square.
Nice and square.
Yeah, and then the second one, when we go to P2 and we start to hinge and unhinge, is where we want to see the ball kind of curve left a little bit. Because if it starts to curve left a little, I know that you're moving your hands and your body correctly. So those are the 3 things that I coach to everybody. It's the base of Shoot Par Now. So hopefully, it's kind of a little long, but hopefully you got something out of it. Make sure like and subscribe and share. You know, ask a question, put a comment. We'd love to answer it. And we're gonna be kind of doing this Shoot Par Now format in the lesson. We're not gonna jump around. I'm actually gonna teach the Shoot Par Now system over this coming year's episodes.
Sweet.
So if you keep following the show, I'm gonna give you the whole thing. You just have to follow the show and watch every week, and leave your comments because there's a lot of things. And if you're watching this and you want more, join the membership. The whole year is $60, and you get access to the app, you get access to all the drills, you get access to all my stuff. Shoot Par Now. Go to shootparnow.com, do the membership. Stuff's on there you can watch. Join the private Facebook group. See if we can show you how to get better. All right? All right, thanks for watching. Have a great holiday. We'll see everyone very soon.